Our tale opens with three men, Philly, Knox, and Parker. They've cracked a racetrack money room to commit a robbery. But right behind them, a worker appears with his whole family. He sees their unfamiliar cars parked out front. The guy understands a theft is underway inside. Instead of phoning 911, he takes a firearm and declares, "I'm going to steal from the thieves." He runs out, shoots at Parker's crew, takes some money back, and tries to escape. Parker goes right after him. The guy drives his car right onto the horse racetrack. The horses collide with his car. Parker moves under the running horses while they are jumping over the guy's vehicle. Parker shoots the guy and gets his money back. But he leaves the family a little something also. Parker and his crew make it to a safe house. Philly took a bullet to his shoulder. They begin patching up the injury. Their getaway driver begins to change her clothes right then. Parker is looking at her. Then, Zen suddenly draws a gun and shoots them all. She murders every single person from Parker's crew. Parker makes a run for it, but gets shot and then topples into a river. The scene shifts to a man named Kincaid. He is informing his boss, Mr. Lozini, about Parker's part in the racetrack job from last weekend. Lozini has a sharp reaction to hearing Parker's name. He declares, "Now I must become involved." Kincaid answers, "No, sir, when you get involved, things usually end up getting broken." Lozini says, "Okay, if Parker stays away from New York, our deal with him is still on." We now cut back over to Parker. He is waking up inside a motel room. The first thing he says is, "I had requested to be in room 12. But the motel's owner says that room 12 is occupied. So Parker throws out the people in room 12, smashes a wall, and gets back his things. From there, Parker makes his way directly to Philly's place. Philly's wife, Grace, asks him, "Isn't Philly with you?" Parker's quietness says it all. Philly is dead. Parker describes Zen's treachery. Grace tells him, "Philly looked up to you. He felt you were unique since you challenged the mob and survived." Parker answers, "I never actually challenged the outfit. I stole from them accidentally." Grace replies, "Regardless, you are here and you are still safe. You have made it out alive." Parker wants Grace's assistance in finding Zen. Grace provides Parker with the location of a guy named Reggie Riley who could possibly help. For this, she wants Parker to murder Zen. Parker phones his partner, Alan Garfield, and requests his help to locate Reggie. Parker finds where Reggie is. Reggie questions, "Where's my driver, Jimmy?" Parker replies, "He is asleep." Parker questions Reggie about Zen. "You were the one who introduced her to Philly Webb." Reggie clarifies, "I just worked with her on 1 or 2 occasions. She was once a member of a South American dictator's special guard." Reggie had just talked to Zen a short time ago. Parker says, "Ah, that explains why I saw someone was trailing us. Zen likely sent killers for Reggie." Scared, Reggie tells Parker Zen's location. Then, a different car smashes into their car. Zen's guys advance on Parker's car. Parker starts fighting them. Reggie dies during the mayhem. But out of the car's trunk, Reggie's driver appears and shoots at all the assailants. He also gets killed. Parker shoots a goon in his leg and takes him prisoner. Parker plans to use this captured man to find Zen. At the same time, Zen is having a meeting with a guy named Bosco. Bosco will give Zen the plan for her next job tonight. Zen tells him, "You don't realize it, but you are doing something quite honorable." But Bosco only wants his payment right now, as he is sure once Zen has the plan, she will murder him. Bosco has no trust in Zen. Suddenly, Parker rushes inside and points his gun towards Zen. "Tell me where my money is." As Bosco reaches for his own gun, Parker shoots him dead. Zen exclaims, "What have you done? I had to have him alive." Zen used up all of Parker's cash on this next job, and now Parker has wrecked it all. Then Bosco, who is still living, shoots at Zen. Parker fires again, killing him for good. Parker demands information from Zen about her next robbery. Zen says they had a plan to rob an armored truck. It was a $4 million job, and Bosco knew all the paths and codes. Parker replies, "You are not telling the truth. Tell me the truth." Zen admits, "We were actually planning to rob a whole country." She clarifies that 4 months back, a lost treasure was found in her country, a 15th century vessel known as the Lady of Arentero. Its value is billions. But her nation's dishonest president, Ignacio de la Paz, has no plans to use it to stop poverty. He desires it for himself. He will put it on display at the UN as a gesture, then secretly organize its theft so he can act like the victim and still get his share. But Zen's own idea was to take the treasure before that. "I can feed my country. You will get wealthy. But De La Paz has paid the outfit to take the treasure, the very same group Parker has a problem with. At the same time, over at the outfit, Lozini asks Kincaid if things are going well. Kincaid tells him it's all good, but Bosco cannot be found. But his role in the plan has already finished, so I am guessing it is not that important. Lozini orders him, find Bosco. Parker and his partner Alan meet with Zen's superior, Colonel Fabricio. He begins to tell them of the Arantero vessel, but Parker interrupts him. We do not need the history. Just explain the plan. Parker insists on a 30% share for his help with the job, which is $300 million. They have constructed a counterfeit statue that is identical to the Lady of Arantero. Their idea is to exchange it for the real one and hide the crime. Parker states, hiding the actual theft is not our biggest concern. Their main issue is the UN building. It's the safest structure on the planet. Parker clarifies, we will not steal it from them. We will steal it from your president's own thieves. Let them take it first. We will take it from them. A person from Zen's team tells Parker he should keep away from Zen. Alan asks, have you gone completely crazy? You had an agreement that you would not go into New York. And now you have both just arrived in New York. Parker says, calm down. You know that I always live. Alan also understands that $300 million makes the risk worthwhile. Later that evening, Parker gets to a club. Alan is watching Kincaid closely. Parker and Zen are there to see Bosco's boyfriend. Zen suggests, I feel I should speak with him by myself. We have met previously, trust me. But Parker has no trust for Zen. She betrayed him and murdered his team. Zen begins a conversation with the man. But Parker gets right to the point, saying, Bosco is dead. When he hears this, Nick starts crying. They question him about Bosco's documents. But just then, Kincaid's guys show up outside of the club. They start shooting. They hit Nick and demand to know where Bosco is hiding. But all of a sudden, Nick suffers a heart attack. Zen says, I am a doctor. She shoots at all the thugs and attempts to rescue Nick. In the meantime, Parker goes up the stairs to Bosco's room. He rips open his toy, Mr. Bluey. Bosco owned a whole closet full of Mr. Bluey toys. Parker discovers the planning documents. But right then Kincaid appears. Parker and Kincaid start fighting. Parker hurls Kincaid from the balcony. The police are on the street. Parker throws Kincaid right onto their car. Parker does not tell Alan that Kincaid had seen him and knew who he was. They get away safely. Meanwhile, all of Kincaid's bones are now broken. Lozini asks what occurred. Kincaid says they didn't find Bosco, but Parker was present. Lozini states, I should have gotten involved the moment I first heard his name mentioned. The scene changes to a few of Parker's friends. They will join Parker's plan also. Parker clarifies that in 24 hours, the outfit is stealing the treasure. We are not sure how they will do it. What we are sure of is they will move it by an abandoned subway station beneath the UN with a garbage train. This specific train is automated. The workers fill it up with that day's garbage. But tomorrow, it will not stop at any other station. It goes directly to the last dump, where the outfit is waiting. And that is our opportunity. We must get inside the control room, seize control of the train, and make it go faster. Parker hands Brenda and Ed the manual for the control center. Learn this. And based on Bosco's plans, the outfit has a man there also, so take care of him. Alan must go to all the train stations and deactivate the failsafes so the fast train's brakes don't engage. At 70 miles an hour, that train is going to derail and crash exactly here. And Parker's team is going to take all the treasure. Parker stops explaining his plan and departs. He gets a hotel room, asking for the number 12. But Zen has already gotten there before him. She offers Parker a beverage. Zen makes a move on him. She tells Parker the legend of the Lady of Arantero. A long time ago, in the 15th century, nearly all of Spain was taken over until an unknown knight from Leon came into the battle. Nobody had a clue who he was until the Battle of Toro, when another soldier took a swing, ripped his armor open, and revealed that he was actually a she. The Lady of Arantero, even though she was a countess, sacrificed her whole life to fight like a man for a cause that was bigger than herself. This was the legend that truly shaped Zen as a girl. Zen questions Parker, so what's your tale? Parker replies, I took something and then I got away. It's a simple tale. Zen says, you, me, and this job, it must work out. I cannot take a chance on you backing out now. But then, Mateo, the guy who is in love with Zen, assaults them. He binds Parker up outdoors in the snow, dumping several buckets of water on him. You are going to die here in 30 minutes. The outfit is on its way to get you. Parker says, are you guys insane? You believe the outfit is going to let you go? They are aware of what you are doing. Mateo says, we are not going to meet them. They are only going to find you here. As Mateo and his buddy are about to leave, a vehicle pulls up. Mateo instructs his buddy that he should go see who it is. Parker shouts, Mateo, free me. I am familiar with these guys. Suddenly, he can hear his buddy yelling. Mateo sets Parker free. Then Zen appears from behind. She found this place by tracking Mateo's phone, but she has no idea what those yells were about. Parker protects Mateo from the outfit's assault. Mateo says, you just saved my life. So then in the next second, Parker uses Mateo as a human shield. Parker snatches the phone from one of the outfit's guys. Lozini is on the line. Lozini says, we had an agreement. You stay away from my city, and I do not kill you. Lozini says, I let you live 3 years back since you killed my own boss, which was a good thing for me. Lozini makes a threat to Parker. I am in charge of the entire outfit, and you are by yourself. He says, whatever scheme you have cooked up, forget about it. I have already heard everything. And for that reason, the heist is not going down tomorrow. It is going down now. So Parker is forced to change his plan's timing. He contacts his crew, but they are all partying like crazy, totally wasted. Alan rounds everybody up. Get up, it is time to go. But nobody is in any shape to work. Ed and Brenda get dressed and show up at the control center. They say, let us in, we have a problem. Ed clarifies that a man is here who has changed the route of a train. Go look into it. The outfits guy takes out a gun on the control center staff. Everyone put your hands up. But then one worker unlocks the gate. Ed hits the outfits guy. All the workers start to clap. But then Ed points a gun at all of them. We are taking control of this train now. He attempts to run the train using the manual, but the control board is totally different. One of the workers gives them a little help. They make the train go faster. It begins to pick up speed slowly. They must make it hit 70 at the curve. Alan shows up to turn off the failsafe switch, but his weapon falls. He cannot turn it off with his hands. Alan succeeds in turning it off just in time and narrowly avoids the approaching train. The speed reaches 60. Parker and Zen get to the crash location. But since the train is not at 70, it will not derail at the curve. Parker says, don't slow the train, make it faster. There is one more curve coming up. They inform Alan about the next failsafe switch. He is going to have to turn that one off as well. Stan is driving the truck while he's drunk. Alan is looking for the failsafe switch when Stan runs into him. He wrecks his truck too. Alan comes to after a few moments and notices the failsafe switch right before him. Alan shoots the kill switch right in time and turns it off. This time, the train's speed is way faster. It derails. But this train fell from far too high and far too fast. Zen slams her car into reverse at top speed to protect herself. Alan also barely makes it. They locate the treasure chest, but it is filled up with stones. This entire thing was Lozini's setup to trap Parker. There is a GPS tracker inside the box. Lozini's crew shows up. Parker and his crew fight them, but then the cops arrive. Parker and his crew try to get away, but their vehicle is totaled. 2 cop cars show up, but one of the vehicles has Stan inside. They make their escape. The next day, the story is all over the news. Zen begins to leave and says, I need to go home to tell my people the bad news. Parker asks, you never knew my real story, right? He explains, I was only 8 years old. All I had stolen was a single bottle of bourbon. And there were these older boys who were mean. They did deliveries for Maury, the biggest drunk in the whole town. One day, my pal and I were playing some basketball. Those kids came by. Cal, the oldest one, told us it was his court. He hit my friend really hard and made us all leave. So I just waited for a chance at revenge. I saw that on every Friday, Cal would visit a girl Parker knew. He would use her bicycle for Maury's jobs. That particular girl cried often. So I went and broke her bike. Cal was not able to get the bike. Maury became very mad. Maury beat him up. And that first bourbon bottle I took, I made certain it was in Maury's car that afternoon. Maury became drunk and broke Cal's hand. And Parker played basketball the whole summer. Now the reason for this story is that Parker had a scheme when he was 8 years old, and he has a scheme today. He brings Zen back and says to his team, I have a thought. But Alan becomes furious. Why did you lie to us about the outfit not knowing you are here? You told us Kincaid didn't spot you at the club, but he did. Parker's crew has lost all hope. Alan says, the cops and Lozini are both hunting you. How much can you really stretch yourself? Huh? But Parker's idea is, look, the treasure is probably already sold and divided by now. But what about the figurehead? It is definitely still in one piece somewhere. And its value is at least 500 million. We only need to find the buyer. Parker says, we can get that information out of Kincaid. Kincaid learns that someone is about to jump off the top of his building. Kincaid tells his man to go upstairs and see. The second he goes up, Parker knocks him unconscious and drops him down. He and Alan change into police uniforms and force their way into Kincaid's apartment, stating someone jumped from the building and they have to ask a few questions. They get inside and question Kincaid. Tell us, who is the buyer for the figurehead? Kincaid says, I will tell you, but please do not throw me from the building. Parker replies, I am not throwing you. But remembering that Parker threw his buddy from the building, Kincaid faints from the fear. So they question his housekeeper. She informs Parker the buyer is Phineas Paul, and he recently posted a picture of his dinner at Valentino. Parker goes directly to Phineas and questions him about the Lady of Arentero. Phineas says, do you have any idea who you were talking to? So Parker murders Mark Cuban, who is sitting close by. He takes Phineas hostage at gunpoint. Phineas clarifies, the statue is not here yet, but I do know where it is being stored. It is kept inside a vault. Even if you manage to open the vault door, the statue is inside a special security cage built from tungsten carbon alloy that my own company builds. It would take you days to get through. That cage is set to only open tomorrow at 8 in the morning. Zen checks their company website. The figurehead is stored in vault number 1. Everyone leaves Phineas behind with Stan and goes to take the statue. The vault's security staff see on the CCTV monitors a woman out for a jog. A car is going to hit her, but then their monitors go blank. A security officer goes out to investigate. Alan fools him with his acting skills. Zen knocks him unconscious from behind. Alan takes the security officer's access card to enter. They take out the second security officer as well. Meanwhile, Stan is busy dancing in front of Phineas. He just will not be quiet. Stan dozes off. Phineas gets away. He flags down a passing vehicle, borrows a woman's phone, and contacts Lozini. He explains everything to him. Lozini calls his men and goes to the vault. His man says, don't worry, nobody can break into the vault. But Lozini knows Parker. Parker and Alan use explosives on the vault door. By that point, Lozini shows up. But before they can enter, Parker has already grabbed the figurehead. They go after Parker. 2 vehicles approach Parker and Alan from ahead. And that is where a huge chase starts. Lozini's guys start shooting at them. Parker gets out of the car and fastens the statue securely in the moving truck. He fights off all of Lozini's goons. Parker tumbles off his own vehicle. Zen shows up and rescues him from Lozini's crew. But the statue falls free from Alan's pickup truck, landing with Lozini's crew. Lozini phones Phineas and says, we have the lady, and we are on our way to deliver it. Phineas replies, opening up that cage is not even an option. Lozini's crew arrives at Phineas's house. Phineas says, I can only make payment tomorrow morning. Phineas shuts his door and starts to admire the lady. At last, we have met. But then a tiny bit of the figurehead drops to the ground. Phineas picks it up right away. As he looks at it, he sees it's a fake. President de La Paz himself appears and phones Lozini, saying, you are finished. Lozini is stunned to hear the statue is a fake. He understands the real statue was never removed from the vault. This was Parker's whole plan. Parker now breaks into the vault. At 8 a.m., the cage unlocks by itself. They get the figurehead, but Lozini gets there too. He sees Parker change the vault numbers to fool them. He swapped 1 and 3. He blew up a vacant vault door, then started a big chase to make them all think they were chasing the figurehead. But that was a trick. It was Parker's scheme, Lozini says. But it didn't work out, did it? Parker was late due to the time lock. He knew that 8 a.m. would be a close call. Parker begins to talk. The outfit is in trouble, right? I have been observing you guys for some time. Parker reveals a bomb remote, saying, I will not let you have it. Then de La Paz's men come from outside. Lozini is totally surrounded. Parker blows up the figurehead. As he is dying, Lozini says, we could have reached a deal. This was $500 million. Parker said, you thought I was by myself, right? Well, look, I have destroyed your whole organization. Parker's crew escapes. As Parker bids farewell to his team, he hands them the diamonds remaining from the figurehead, saying, this will at least pay for your expenses. After that, Parker visits Zen at a hotel. She is watching the news, where her president's lies have been revealed to the world. Some of the treasure was located in one of Lozini's warehouses. Now it will be given to Zen's people. Zen expresses her thanks to Parker. She asks him to visit her country. Parker says, I am unable to come see you. He recalls that Zen murdered his friend Philly, and Parker was here for his revenge. Zen says, at first, I was faking my feelings for you so you would take our job. But at some point along the way, the faking started to feel real. Parker says, same here. He kills Zen and walks away. He goes and gives Philly's wife some of the diamonds. This is Philly's cut. And with that, our tale comes to a close.